Hello and welcome to the Art of Intuition. And today we're setting our intentions. 26th of October, ready for the next week. My name is Susan Jane, and I am your host for this. Oh no, that's my podcast. Sorry. First of all, I want to get straight into it. There's a couple of people that have asked for cards, and I would get stuck into that soon. I'll be shuffling the cards while I'm talking. I just give you a quick heads up on what's happened in my life, and we'll see how we go with the cards as far as that goes. Now, my partner's mother was gravely ill, and he needed to go down to visit her. Now we're in Brisbane, in Queensland, Australia, and she was in Victoria. Now, the biggest problem is not going down to see her because, mate, when something's happening to your parents, you just drop everything and you go. You know, there's no if, buts, or maybe on that. However, the problem was getting home. Now, Victoria is in lockdown, or they've only just started coming out of the lockdown. So for him to go down there means that he could be down there for 6 to 8 weeks. And that, of course, is affecting his work. It's affecting everything else. So it wasn't an easy decision to make. And he has made that decision, and he decided that it was really funny. It wasn't really funny. It was this particular night he had FaceTimed, his sister had FaceTimed his mum, and he could, see what she was really struggling. And he turned around and he looked at me, he goes, "I just want to hold her hand." And I went, right. So that evening we booked the flights and everything else, and he left the next morning. It's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about anything else. You want to hold her hand, you need to say your goodbyes, go down and do it. So he flew down the next morning to say his goodbyes, and unfortunately she passed while he was mid-flight. But he still got to spend time with her. He went to the hospital. His two other siblings left, and he just sat with her for a couple of hours, and he did his goodbyes the way he needed to do his goodbyes. So it was, as sad as it was and as tough as it was good in some ways that he got to see his mother, not necessarily when she was alive, but he got to say his goodbyes to his mother. So that was really, really nice. Now all we need to do is get him home again. That will be the next part of the challenge. But anyway, that's okay. What we're going to do is set our intentions. So here is our intentions, and I wanted to give you that information mainly because let's see what happens, because I've sort of started doing these for myself, but I've found that a lot of other people are getting the same or similar information. So what the energies are doing at the moment. So here we go. Let's shuffle the cards. Let's put you down here. Okay, now I have got a very desk now, which is one of those lifting up desks. So things are a little bit, oops, that's the camera you can see. So things are a little bit different. I've had to sort of put this bench on. But anyway, I've shuffled the cards, and here we go. So this is 1, this is 2, 3, and 4. Now, as I said, the cards are always upside down for me, so this is going to be fun. Now, the first card is what the week is all about, what we're looking at for this week. And it says, yes, the timing is right for a new adventure. A happy outcome follows your positive expectations. What have you been thinking about lately? What's going on? Because it looks like whatever it is you've been thinking about, it's positive. It's a very good time to actually be doing them. So a great time to be looking at new adventures and things like that, and you're going to have a very positive outlook. What have I been thinking? I don't know. I haven't been thinking about that one. That's interesting. Anyway, card 2 is about the blocks. Now, the block is Archangel Michael. Michael is, I'm with you, giving you the courage to make life changes that will help you work on your divine life purpose. Okay, so when we look at a block in the card, we can sort of go flip it. Okay, so this is about courage. We're talking about a new adventure. The block is courage. So I'd say you're a bit scared about doing this new adventure. But the opposite to courage is, like face up to it and do it. But when we're looking at blocks, it's not always as easy as that. When we're looking at a block, what has created that block? So fear might have created that block. It doesn't mean that not being fearful is going to get rid of the block. what we often need to look at is another way to overcome that block and how we can look at it. So when we look at how we can overcome that block, it says a new romance is imminent, either a newcomer or through reignited passion in your existing relationship. Be open to giving and receiving love. Okay. So when we look at that, we're looking at how we can overcome this block. And this block is fear, which is courage. We've got this fear and we're not being courageous about following this new adventure. But a relationship, now this is a romance, a relationship. So it's and it can be a partner. It can be someone that you're romantically interested in, but it can also just be the idea of that romance too. So it can still be the support of somebody that you hold dear. So it doesn't have to necessarily be romance, but somebody that you hold in high regard is what can help you get through this block. So the understanding about that relationship, or the understanding of what that information that person can give you, will help you get through this block, this fear. I'm going to put this into my context in a minute, and I want to see how your context goes with it. So the results are, isn't it funny? The fear is Archangel Michael, and the results is Archangel Gabriel. You have an important life purpose involving communication, the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. All right. So what we're saying here is that this adventure, this new happy adventure that you're looking at doing, that you've been a bit fearful in going forward with, you can get some support or some understanding by somebody that you hold dearly. They're going to be able to help you with this. Somebody that you hold dearly, that you hold in high regard. And the result will be that it is going to give you, it is to do with your life purpose. The results are it's going to help you on your way to your life purpose. Now let's look at it in a different context. So to start with, what is your adventure? What is it? Sorry, your new adventure, not adventure, your new venture. What is it? Now I'm looking at putting together the workshops. Now I've ran a couple of workshops, one in Rainbow Beach. I've run this Art of Intuition workshop where we start to draw our happiness flower and we see what our intuition is telling us about it. Now it was quite successful in Rainbow Beach, and I need to bring it to the Gold Coast and try to put it forward in the Gold Coast. My fear is that I'm not going to get the followings, the support that I want to get from that. My other aspect of this is that I want to leave this job that I have got, like wean out of that job and develop my business so it can be more fulfilling financially. Again, I have this fear. I have this fear of letting go of the old job because it's bringing in a good income and it's a regular income. So I would look at this romance and I would look at what my partner is going through and everything else, and what is the priorities between this. Why is it I want this adventure to go ahead? And that's because I want to travel soon. I want to semi-retire and travel and keep this venture going. And because I want to travel with my partner. So I would suggest that my partner and I need to get a better understanding of what this looks like and how we can take it forward. And there's no if, buts, or maybes. What I want to do is definitely in line with my life purpose. It is everything to do with my life purpose. Doing these readings, doing the podcast, it's all part of my life purpose. I know that. I'm really very, very aware of it. So what's stopping me? It's that fear. How can I get through that fear? Talk to somebody significant. And for me, that would be my partner, because my venture is to do with my partner. So I need to make sure that's right. Now, what is your venture? If you are looking at a new venture, say you want to do start your own business. So you wanted to start up another aspect of your business. You want to start something slightly different. You want to start a podcast. You want to start anything. Like you've got something there that you want to start. You think about that and think about what's been holding you back. And when we look at that, we look at courage, and it's that courage to step forward and do it, because it's not always easy to go forward. But we know that this is the time to do it. It says, yes, the timing's right. This is the week to start putting it out there. So start looking at how you can do that. Have the courage to put it out there. Put it out to somebody that you hold in high regard. If you are looking at starting another, I don't know, you have a yoga studio and you want to start somewhere else, or you want to start it in another location, talk to somebody that is really important to you, that you hold in high regard, that would give you the understanding of what that means. If it's somebody that you hold high in regards to, as far as your business side of things, or as far as your life purpose side of things, but somebody, a coach or somebody that can help you, that can connect with you, with your life purpose, but with a business aspect as well. So really, really important that you're connecting with the right person, because the right person's going to help you get through that fear. If you aren't connecting with the right person, they're not going to understand that fear. They're not going to understand the results that you want from that. So make sure you really connect with somebody that is relevant to you, so you do achieve that part of your life purpose. So that is that reading. I hope you enjoyed that. And I'd love to know what your venture is. Like I said, mine is about getting bigger in my workshops and getting bigger in that context. Oh, and the other thing, which is what I'm looking at, I didn't think of that too, I've started a wellness room. So I'm looking at putting together body, mind, spirit wellness packages where they can get a massage, they can get a reading, they can get smoothie, they can get different types of healings. I'm doing crystal healings, crystal elixirs. So there's all those elements there that I'm putting together. So that could be that. That, funnily enough, doesn't bring up the fear like the workshops bring up the fear, because I've got to look outside my little cave. So have an understanding of that. You might have a couple of different ventures that you're looking at. Which is the one that brings up the fear? That's the one you need to talk about. All right, so that's that. Now I'm going to pack them up. I'll come back up here. This week on the podcast, while I'm doing this week on the podcast, we have got a lady that has had 17 years as a university professor. She's got a PhD in women's history, and she's now a professional witch. So she's coming on the podcast on Thursday morning at 9 o'clock. So you can get that. It's on YouTube, on the YouTube channel as well. But how interesting is that? 17 years as a professor. So all this academic stuff, and there she is being a professional witch. I just love how our life changes as we age. It's, if you're a young person at the moment, don't worry about what you're doing now, because I can assure you 20 years down the track, it could be completely different. But I've got a couple of card readings I just need to do for some very special friends of mine. This first one is for last week, and my very good friend, he's a doctor in India. He asked for a card last week and I didn't see it. Look, for some reason, it's not bringing up the comments, and I don't know why, but anyway, I'll work it out. But so for my Indian friend, my Indian doctor, this is your card. Oh, here we are. Your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and your mind. This one is about your relationship. This is about your relationship. You need to be really more open with your relationship, with your partner, with your wife. You've got a lot of held in, and it's not anger, it's just these emotions like that. You've got this held in stuff that you haven't actually let go of yet, and it is about letting it go. And for some reason, you need to do that with your wife. You need to have that understanding with your partner, with your wife. You need to be able to talk to her about it. You can open up to other people, but you need to open up with her about it. She's feeling a little bit unsure of it, a little bit unsure of your future and where you're going. She needs to have a bit more understanding. And even if you don't know, open your heart up to her and let her know that this is how you're feeling. You're not sure where you're going. I don't know what it is, but I just need to share with you. Open your heart up to her. That's really, really important. So it's Uriel. And that is one way, because it's saying you need to heal your energy, like heal your emotions. That is how you need to do it. I don't really know why, because I don't need to know why, but do it with your wife. Stop asking everyone else. Stop looking at everyone else. And do it with her, because she is your main helper. Helper, is that not the word? She is there's a reason she's in your life, and that's it, to help you through your emotions as well. Okay. This next one is for the lovely Glenda. Oh, this one jumped out, Glenda. You got to have this one. Uh-oh, this is it. Maya. This is interesting. All right, so it's all about schooling, study, and education. Help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you to help you with this process. There's a course. There's something that you need to do. There's some sort of a learning that you need, and this is more of a organized learning, more of an organized type aspect. So if it was, say, more training on where you are at and where you're going forward. Now, I know this lady does do yoga. Another course to underline that, to help you go forward with that, or it's something completely different. I know you're going to want to go to possibly help your business, but I really think this is probably more for you. So it might help your business, but it's going to be more for you. So you need to look at something that is it's a training. I think it's already popped up in your head, Facebook, email, somewhere. You're aware of it already. You already know that it's happening. There's something there, and you're umming and ahhing a little bit about it. Just like the intentions there, you need to look at that. If the timing's right, it's time for you to do another study, another course. Okay. And yes, you do need to do that. You'll enjoy that. It's so fun. And it doesn't have to be a big heavy duty one. It can be just something light, but it needs to be an organized course. Okay. Now for Miss Sally, I've got one for you too. Okay, what's yours? Oh, getting back into it. I haven't done this for such a long time. I'm really getting back into it. Yours is Melina. You are confused and indecisive because you do not have enough information. Do research or seek expert advice before making a decision. Yeah, you're going through some stuff. I know that. I know, so, and things are a little bit confusing. I know there's this decisions you need to make, and they're not easy decisions to make. So, but what this is saying, it's not saying go and ask your mate down the road. It's saying do the research. It's saying put pen to paper, like get on Google, whatever it is. It's saying research it. Look at the logical aspects. Often we tend to go into the spiritual aspects, which is great. And there's times when we need to have that spiritual side of it. But this is more about the logical side of it. Okay, this is more about the academic-y type of aspect. Get the research and ask professionals if that's what it is. You know, ask lawyers, ask professionals in some way what it is that the options that you have. You're not asking what to do. You're asking about the options that you've got. Once you've got the research, the proper options, then you have the ability to make that decision. Okay, you can make that decision on a logical aspect. Now, not all decisions need to be logical. I get that. But with this one, you need to have the logical understanding of it. Then you can intuitively pick the right one, because you know the consequences of those choices. You know where you're going and you know what they're all about. It's no good just doing this blindly. There's too many other people involved. There's too many other things happening. So you need to look at that in that sort of a context. Now, I'm going to do another card. This one's for Janine, because I know she likes to listen. Okay. And I know she comes in a bit later. Janine, yours is Aurora. So you're flying high right now, which may threaten others, but don't descend, because others will soon be inspired by your example. This is to do with your business, well and truly your business. And it's that networking group that you run. It's to do with that. This is, congratulations. This is really cool. Things that are really positive for you here. You are flying high. Now, the thing is, when we do fly high, when we do start having things go right, a lot of people, they get the tall poppy syndrome. You know, they want to cut you down. And what I want to say with this card is that be mindful of those that are around you. Be mindful of those that are around you. They're not necessarily out to hurt you, but they can without realizing. And it's because you are going so well, and they struggle with it. So they're happy for you, but they can also struggle with it. When someone else is doing it a bit tough, and they see what you're doing and they think you're doing it easy, and you're not. We know you're not doing it easy. We know that none of this is easy. Everybody has their own issues that they've got to deal with, and everyone has their own aspects of it. You've focused your energy into where you want to go and what you want to do, and you have allowed yourself to be able to fly. Congratulations. You really, really do deserve it. Just watch who's around you, and don't let that, well, I'll say it because we're all adults here, don't let that shitty stuff stick to you, because it will weigh you down, okay? Allow yourself to fly. You deserve it. This is your week. It is really cool. All right, there's one more I want to do, and this is for a gentleman who has never asked me for a card, but I want to do it because he's been such a really nice support for me. He's one of those guys that just sort of sits in the background. I've met him through Toastmasters. He doesn't, I don't know. He's just one of those guys that just sits in the background but supports you with everything you do. Whoops, and this one just jumped out at you. So this is yours. And it says patience. Now, this one's for you, Ian. And it's patience. It's now the time to learn and study and gather information. Enjoy being a student, because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. Now, I think this one is about a relationship, and I want you to be patient with it. Now, I don't know whether you're in a relationship or whether you're looking at one or where it's going, but just be patient with it. Don't push it, because if you're pushing it, you're going to push it over, for want of another word. Be patient with it. Allow it to evolve. Allow it to grow. Keep doing what you're doing, whatever it is that you're doing, but just be patient with this particular relationship, okay? This is an important one for you to be patient with. Whether it's going to succeed or not is up to you guys, but be patient. If you try to rush this, you're not going to get the results that you want. All right, so that's really, really important. All right, that's everybody's. That's me for today. I've gone a bit longer than usual, but I hope you enjoyed it. I'm feeling a lot more comfortable with it. I used to do a lot of card reading. I did heaps of them, but I stopped doing it for a long time. I didn't feel, I don't know, I just didn't get the vibe to do it. And now it's sort of coming back, and I'm really enjoying it. And these are the oldest. I think these were my original deck. I've bought so many other cards, but these were my original ones, and I like these because I can read them. They've just got a little short praise on them. I can read them and intuitively. So that's giving me the logical understanding, and intuitively I can pick up where I need to go with it. Patience is one of those ones that is like, well, patience, but patience about what? And straight away relationship comes up, Ian. So that's it for me today. See you next week. I'll jump onto the podcast on Thursday at 9 o'clock or on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss it. But yeah, have a listen. And this lady, let me tell you, she's a blend of logic and magic, and she actually not worked for Playboy magazine, but she actually did a study on Playboy magazine too as part of her PhD. She's just amazing. So it's the magic of love, of your magic. What did we call it? Sorry, using magic to love your life and yourself. Okay, using magic. So it's going to be really good. That's for this week. All right, that's me. I've got to go. I've got to actually get some work done. I love this. Bye for now, and I will catch up with you soon. Okay, bye guys.